Okay, welcome to the call tonight. If you guys can be patient with me, I have 4 kids that are in the room with me, and they've been threatened to be quiet, or else they're in trouble. So we're going to make tonight's call quick. My husband is out of the country for the next week, and I have to be mom. So I wanted to do a couple of slides here at the beginning to welcome our new coaches. Chelsea welcomes Jaylee, and Starla welcomes Renee, and I welcome Hailey. Congratulations to Krista for reaching 4-star diamond in her business. 4-star diamond means Krista has 4 diamond coaches on her own team, placed in the right spot to make her diamond. To be a 4-star, you have to have at least two diamond coaches on one leg, and obviously 2 on the other in her case, but you have to have at least 2 on one of the legs. So anyway, Krista is doing amazing, and she's got a great team, and I'm super proud of her. Okay, announcements for this week. So the January Challenge Pack promotions, Max 30 is still on sale. The Max 30 Kickstart Challenge Pack is $220, normally $245. The 21-day Fix Challenge Pack is $140, so both of them, so Spanish and English. And then the 3-day refresh is on sale, which you guys, the 3-day refresh is awesome. I just did it again after the holidays. I was having a really hard time getting my eating back on track, and decided to do the 3-day refresh because I had it sitting in my pantry. My sister had ordered it, and I was having a really hard time giving up treats. Like, I was basically having treats every day, multiple times a day, and totally helped me with that. I'm still having treats more than I should, but not like I was doing before I did the refresh. And I was also misusing Energy and Endurance, which is Beachbody's pre-workout drink. I wake up really early to work out, and I was using Energy and Endurance like 2 scoops every day, no matter what my workout was, and even on yoga day. Like, it was like my coffee to get me out of bed and feeling like I could get my workout in. And I just started to feel like on Sundays when I didn't take it, I just wasn't feeling well, and I was sluggish and tired. And so I knew I had kind of developed a dependence on it that I didn't really like, that I was dependent on it. And so I actually, when I did the 3-day refresh, I was still working out. I was doing Max 30, but I decided I wasn't going to do Energy Endurance, and I am not drinking it anymore, which some people might be like, well, why wouldn't you drink it? It's a pre-workout drink, and it's, one of the cleanest ones out there. Well, yes, but it also has caffeine, which is addictive, and I was addicted to it, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that I was using 2 scoops and it still wasn't giving me, like, I had gotten used to it, and so it wasn't giving me any energy anymore. So I did stop using it, and really the 3-day refresh helped clear out my system from it, and I haven't felt like I needed it since, or craved it, or any of that. So the 3-day refresh is awesome. The 21-day Fix Challenge Pack is a really good one, you guys, to get people going on right now, so that they're ready for the 21-day Fix Extreme, which comes out February 2nd, which we'll talk about in a minute. So Success Club prizes this month only, you get double trip dollars to use toward the 2016 Success Club trip, the cruise to Jamaica, and I believe it's a port in Haiti. So the more Success Club points you earn, the more money you're going to get toward the cruise, and they will double them for you for January only. So on to the 21-day Fix Extreme. I just posted a link to an event that has been created by Autumn Calabrese. She's having a live webinar on January 28th, and all about the 21-day Fix Extreme. She's having 2 of the ladies that were in the test group on that call, which will be really good. The ones I've listened to, you guys, when they're launching a program, the webinars they do are really good. They give a lot of really good, honest information, and a lot of good details as to who the program is for, who would be a good candidate for it, who it was designed for, because not every program is designed for every person. So this is going to be a really big program. You guys, 21-day Fix knocked everything out of the park. Every single launch Beachbody's ever had, it surpassed it, which is huge because we've had some really good releases. T20 blown out of the water, and 21 Day Fix did even better. So there's a ton of people who've seen great results with it. It'd be good for anybody who wants to take things to the next level. It's even more strict nutrition. So someone who is really wanting to zero in on their nutrition for an event or something like that. So make sure you guys are talking about that and getting excited about it and talking about the 21 Day Fix and what it's done for you. Obviously, as coaches, we do so much better if we have a personal experience with it, so much easier to talk about. So this would even be a good time for you to do the 21 Day Fix to get your own experience with it, so you can talk more about the 21 Day Fix Extreme coming out. So we have a couple weeks till February 2nd, so that'd be the perfect time. If you're kind of struggling with what to do right now in your workouts, you've got a couple of weeks. It's almost the perfect fit to do before the Extreme comes out, so you can start talking about that. So the email collector at the bottom, you can put your coach ID at the end of that. So that web address at the bottom after the equal sign, erase your coach ID and put your coach ID number in there. And that's where you can have people leave their emails, and so they will start getting, they will know when it launches. Okay, so that's actually the end of my slides. I did a video today. Let's see, I'm going to close my presentation. Okay, so I did a video today for a group I have going for my business boot camp is what I call it. And it's coaches that understand the 3 vital behaviors, understand, what we do as coaches, and they're trying to move things forward. They're pretty consistent with the business. And I did a video for them today really talking about your mindset. So a couple things I wanted to talk about tonight. I was listening to the video I did earlier today to try to write down some points I wanted to make. But anyway, I have been one of the worst examples of personal development. I fall asleep when I'm trying to read at night, and I feel like I'm always on the go. And even if I try to read during the day, I'm usually falling asleep. So, and I'm like that really with anything. If I sit down and my kids are watching a movie, I'm asleep. If we try to watch a movie at night, I'm asleep. So this year, one of my major goals was to really do a better job at personal development, because in the last 6 months or so, 6 months to about a year, I felt kind of a halt in myself as a leader, in my influence on people, in helping people, not with their fitness necessarily, but as coaches. Especially my coaches that had advanced to Diamond. We can just use that as an example, because that's really what it was about. I kind of felt like I didn't know how to lead people. Felt like I was at my cap in a way, and I didn't know what to do. And I got in touch with a lady that I've become really good friends with, and we started reading this book right here, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. And I'm 70 pages in, which is amazing for me because, like I said, I've never finished a personal development book. Never. I've started a lot. I've started Go for No. I've started The Compound Effect. I have started countless ones trying to get myself to read regularly. It's not like I don't do any personal development, right? I listen to the National Wake Up Call on replay. I'm on, my own team calls. But I hadn't really taken the time to really work on myself. And so I've learned some super important things just in the last month that I've been reading this book about your mindset. So I wanted to go over a couple things that I've learned. So what you believe, you absolutely will achieve. Everything starts with your belief in your mind, in your heart, and where you're at in that moment. So what you create in your mind, what you say to yourself, the people you're around, you become that. And so, for instance, if you're a coach that says, or if you guys have heard coaches that are like, I don't know what I want to do with this business. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of up and down with it. I'm kind of like in, and then I'm out, and then I don't really know how far I want to go with it, or I'm just going to kind of like muddle in it a little bit, and I'm not really sure. Versus the coach that's like, I want to be debt-free. And I'm just using income as an example. I want to be a 10-star diamond. So I'm using rank as an example. I am going to be this. I'm going to hit Success Club every single month without fail. It's going to be a goal of mine that's like a no matter what Success Club 5. I'm going to be a 10-star diamond. I'm going to be an elite coach. I'm going to walk across stage. Do you see the difference? Who's more likely to get further or further, period? Not even necessarily more quickly, period. Right? You can tell the difference between someone who's just kind of like, and this person that's like, no, I'm doing this and I'm not going to give up, and it doesn't matter what happens, I'm going to make it work and I'm going to figure it out. Okay, there's a major difference between those two mindsets, and that second mindset is going to get you so much further than the first mindset of like, I don't really know. I'm not really sure what I want. I'm not really sure what rank I want to be at the end of the year, and I'm not really sure what I want my income to be or how many people I want to help. If you want to zero it in on just people, say, I want to help 3 people a month, period, no matter what. I'm going to find 3 people to put in my challenge group. Or someone who's like, I guess I could talk to like one person or see maybe if they're interested, or I'm not really sure. Okay, so those are the 2 scenarios. Who's going to get further? Don't live and die on the yes or no. This is what my success partner said the other day, and I was like, yes, don't live on the yes or no. Don't freaking make your whole life about whether that one person joins your challenge group, or whether that one person orders from Amazon, or whether that one person signs up with a different coach and then join your team. You cannot live or die and make your whole life about one scenario, one person, one order, one coach. You cannot do that. You've got to let go of people that they're not ready, people that are judgmental of you, people that think you're out to make all this money and that's all you care about. You have to let go of those people. You have to let go of the people who say no and be kind to them and still treat them well, and keep in your mindset, it doesn't matter. They're just not ready and they don't want this. And that truly means you don't want to work with people like that, because it's going to be a roller coaster if they're not even willing to invest in themselves. So don't live and die on the yes and no. It's like a big picture, have a large frame of mind instead of like this like narrow way that you're so focused on every single order and every single challenge pack and every single person you're inviting or every ad you're running, right? If you're starting to run ads for your like page or anything like that, if you're running an ad and you don't get people right away from that ad who are ordering challenge packs, it's a big picture kind of thing, right? Those can take a long time to have people trust you that you're not out to take their money. You're out doing something legit to help them. Okay, so no getting stuck on one person, one coach. Your mindset will hold you back. I can promise you that, because it's held me back multiple times. I think that's really all part of the journey, right? We have a mindset, and getting past that mindset and pushing forward through it is what the key is. Pushing through that mindset and figuring out how to have a more positive mindset versus getting stuck in the one that you're in. So shoving those negative thoughts out, I think I've said before on one of my calls, I talk about this all the time, but I had a mentor one time tell me that I didn't have time to be negative. I didn't have time to entertain negative thoughts or self-doubt or depression. And I'll tell you guys, the last 6 months, I've been kind of depressed. I've had a really hard time. And this book has completely changed me in the last month. I feel like I'm back to where I was when I first signed up as a coach. I have that fire lit in my heart again, and my mindset is different because I am growing myself. I'm learning about my weaknesses and what I need to work on as a leader, and how I can help lead people better, and how I can serve people better, and how I can forget about numbers and focus on people, and not to focus on getting so caught up in success club points. And yes, they're important, and rank is important, but people are who we're dealing with. People. So I had a call today with a new coach of mine, and she was telling me about a lot of health problems she had after she had her first baby. And she'd gone to all these doctors and all these people she was on all these medications, and people that were she was in and out of the doctor. And she happened to meet one doctor who took a little bit more holistic approach. And he took all this extra time for her, and she was scared to death even to exercise because she had heart racing problems and issues, and so she was scared to death to exercise even though she needed it. And he told her, you need this, and she still was so terrified that she thought she was going to die if she tried to exercise because of her heart issues. He had her seriously get on a treadmill. I don't know if it was in his office or where, but said, I will watch you. I will hold your hand and I will take you through this, and I will monitor you. He put monitors on her and everything while she was walking on the treadmill to help ease her fears. And I had like this light bulb go off, and I said, that is what we do as coaches, right? We are here to lead people by the hand, to breathe belief into them. What's our job? When I have someone in a challenge group, my job is to breathe belief, hope, right? That they can do this. That just because they had 6 cookies yesterday doesn't mean they throw in the towel and they walk away. Just because you have 10 people, you invited 100 people and talked to 100 new people about your challenge groups, and 99 of them said no, does not mean you walk away. That is not the right mindset. You have to get out of that mindset. So I told this new coach of mine, who was so sweet, I said, that is what we do as coaches. We breathe belief, we breathe hope into people, and I promise you guys, oh, my computer just closed, hang on. I don't like not being able to, I guess, see myself. That sounds weird, but I like to be able to see that I'm on here and you guys are on here. You have to be able to stay in that right frame of mind of what we do as a coach, and not focusing as much on the numbers, but focusing on the people and challenge groups. I promise you guys, that is how I started my business, was challenge groups. And my goal was 3 people a month in that challenge group, 3 new people that I could help. That was my goal. That doesn't mean every single month I had 3 people with a challenge pack. I mean, I always had Success Club 5, but sometimes those Success Club points come from coaches. Sometimes they come from just a Shakeology HD order. Sometimes I had people that joined with just a program order. Okay, you have to look past the numbers and focus on people. And the more you can help people get results, right? Because that's really what our job comes down to. We give them the fitness program, we have Shakeology, we have support and accountability. That's what you are, and that's the value you add to people, right? When you're taught, why would somebody buy from me versus Beachbody.com? Why would they buy from Krista Murius versus me? Why would they buy from Carrie Bullock versus me? Why? Why do people buy from you? They can get Beachbody anywhere, right? We have Amazon has them. The guy here in Utah, there's a guy that sells them out of his trunk. He does it illegally. I've brought his name to Beachbody several times, and if you flag his ad on our local listings, he'll put it right back up. He's got hundreds of ads on there, and he sells them illegally. But why would people buy from me versus him? Because of me, right? Not that I'm some glamorous person and I have all this education. You guys, I really don't. I know a few things, but most of it is from my experience, right? Why do they buy from me? Because they trust me, because they know I care about them, because I'm in this for the right reasons. So when someone's talking to you, you have to sell you. What value do you offer? What value do you offer them? Accountability, support, hope, endurance, right? Help for as long as they want. There are some coaches who don't do that. I do. I'll help them as long as they want help. Okay? So I still have coaches in my group that post all the time. So that's what you offer, is you. And where does that start to be able to breathe that into people, your value? Right here. Right here. If you don't believe in this process, if you don't believe that you have value as a coach, that's going to seep out. They're going to feel that. You're going to be like, well, yeah, I guess, I kind of do these challenge groups and they're kind of helpful. And I guess I'm exaggerating. But if you're talking like that versus like, this is what I offer, this is how it works, this is what I do in my group, describing to them how your groups are run, what they look like, what the goal is for the group, what your goal is as a coach. I tell people my goal, my job is to get you the best results possible. I say that, that's part of my 5-step process that I use when I explain what groups are. And I've already talked to them about why they're interested. I've already talked to them about let's see, I ask them why they're interested, what makes right now different than the last time, because we've all had a last time. And then they say, this is my story, and this is where I am, and this is why I want to do this. And then I'll say, okay, this is how it works. I help you choose a program based on your goals, based on your fitness level. What does that do? That helps them be like, oh, she's not just going to recommend something because she makes more money or it's on sale. Another way I really build people's trust, you guys, is to say things like, yeah, I don't know that I would recommend this one. You might like it. Or I'll say, I don't know if you struggle with nutrition. Shakeology can really, really help with food cravings. If you don't struggle with that, you might not need it. Right? Who doesn't struggle with nutrition? So it makes people think, well, I struggle with that. Maybe I need, and they do. It's not me tricking them into it. They do. They need it. But I'm doing it in a way that's making them be able to choose instead of saying, you have to buy from me and you have to buy the challenge pack and I'm not going to help you if you don't, right? I don't get to that point till the very end. So when you're describing your challenge group and you're telling them, I help you pick a program, we're going to do it based on your goals and what you need. And if I don't know what to recommend, I'll ask my team. Okay. So we can kind of help set you up. I'm going to ask you how much time you're willing to spend realistically. That's huge for me, you guys. I ask people that every time. What are you realistically willing to spend on exercise? How much time? Because I don't want to set you up with it's going to be so impossible and so long that you're going to get frustrated and you're going to feel like it's not maintainable. I tell them that. That makes them trust me, that I'm not just going to tell them whatever, send them my website and pick a program, just get whatever. No, I'm going to spend time with them and say, tell me what you need. What are you willing to do? What are your goals? And then I can come back and say, this is what I would recommend and why. This is my concern with you wanting to do P90X. It's too long and I think you might feel frustrated after a few weeks that the workouts are so long and you just can't maintain hour-long workouts. That's an example. Then I go into what I offer. I talk about the program. I talk about Shakeology and what it's done for me, and it helps with cravings and my 3 o'clock crash in the afternoon. I don't have that anymore ever since I started drinking Shakeology. So I talk about those two things, and then I talk about what my groups are like. I say we check in every day, and it's a really supportive environment with people that all have the same goals and all want to live healthier. And sometimes I do recipe posts with recipes that I'm liking, or sometimes we all share recipes. Sometimes we just check in to make sure we're getting our workouts done. We talk a lot about nutrition, and I try to help people understand how to eat better just with what I've learned over my last 8 years of my own journey. Okay, by the time I finished explaining all that, right, I've told them what I offer, right, and what is valuable to them. I don't send them a slide that says just pick one. I help them narrow it down based on them and what they need. Our business is looking for holes and needs in people's lives and then finding ways to fill those needs. If they don't need Shakeology, I'm not going to recommend it. If they eat perfectly every single meal, I haven't run across anybody like that yet, but if they tell me that I do really well with nutrition, I'm not going to say necessarily, you need Shakeology, right? You need to order this now, and I'm not going to get a Success Club point if you don't, so you better order it. No, I'm going to say, well, you might not need it then. You can just try it and see, or you can just do the program. So remember that. It starts with your mindset and what you believe you have to offer and what kind of value you can give people. So that has to come across in your conversations. It's a learning process. I did not have the confidence that I do now when I first started as a coach, right? It was a learning process for me, a growth process, but a lot of that started with me doing scary things, with getting out of my comfort zone, with practicing and talking to people and sending messages. But remember to keep it about people. Keep it about that person and how you can help them fill holes in their lives, not how you can get to diamond, or not how you can get to emerald, or not how you can get them. I had a coach sign up one time and say, I just can't get people. I'm just having a hard time getting people or hooking them. And I'm like, if you have that mindset, that is going to come across. People, you guys, you can feel people. When you guys have someone like message you and you just feel they're not genuine, we've all had that. They're going to feel it. So change your mindset. Change the way you think. This business, you guys, has completely changed my life. Yes, the financial side is wonderful. It's wonderful. It's a blessing. I am so thrilled that I'm able to support my family doing this. But more than anything, I wish you guys, my diamonds knew me when I first started, but I was not the person I am today. I was not confident. I was depressed. Okay, so we can not only help change people's physical lives and their bodies and make them feel better, but that's just the beginning. Because when you start to feel better on the inside and feel better about yourself, your confidence changes, right? Which I still wasn't even where I am today. I was in really good shape when I signed up as a coach. I had done P90X like 4 times or something like that. So it wasn't the physical thing that brought me all this confidence. There's stuff inside that I had to work through. There's just as much of an emotional process to be a coach than there is a physical process. So this opportunity to put people in your challenge groups and help them and breathe belief into them and hope is just the beginning, because the coaching opportunity changes people's lives. It is a growing process. You're growing yourself. You're doing scary things. You're putting yourself out there. You're being vulnerable, right? That's huge. And that kind of stuff leads to major growth here. And this business has completely changed me here. I'm not perfect, but it has changed. It has changed my happiness, has given me purpose to help people, not just in their physical bodies, but in the process of being a coach. Okay, so that's what I want to share with you guys tonight. I'm sure I probably missed something that I wanted to say, but yeah, I'm sure you guys don't have questions, because I didn't really, I don't think you would have questions. But if you do, feel free to type them. And if not, we will end the call tonight. If you guys have questions too, you can always post them on Team Inspire. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great night, and I'm moving on to be mother to these little children, put them in bed. So thank you guys for being on, and we'll talk to you guys later. Say bye.
Bye.
Say bye.